Hey, it's your girl Jay, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thanks so much for sliding through, and if you're returning, welcome back, girl. So today we are doing a little bit something different on our channel. We are nearing the end of the summer, but we're kind of in the middle of the summer at the same time. So I was like, we belong to have more fun, and I need to have some fun. So that's what we done today. Today we did our attempt at a more ashy blonde. Please mind me, I'm a little bit congested. I'm getting over a little summer cold. So for today's style, we did do about 95% human hair. Only because we did add a little bit of braiding hair towards the ends just to help with the knotting process and all that. And I'll get into that later. But yeah, for the most part, this is all human hair. So I do want to go ahead and shout out to our sponsor today. We are working with Ywigs. I work with them so many times. The hair that they send me is always so good. So they did send us over some hair today. So thanks to Ywigs for sponsoring today's video. So you guys, they sent us over 3 bundles of the 20-inch body wave hair, 2 in the color 4 and 1 in the color 613, that really blonde color. Now I mixed them together and I got this really pretty like ashy color, and I just love it. It's so like fun. It's so like summery. I just think it's so perfect. Now I was a little skeptical at first, but I was like, you know what, once I put my makeup on and once I put everything together, it looks so good. And y'all, I had to go out and pick my daughter up from school, and I got so many compliments on my hair just in that one, me getting out the car to just do that. I got so many compliments. So if you are interested in seeing how I achieve this look, make sure that you do stay tuned, and make sure that you do check in the description for a code where you can save you some money when you're buying your own hair or any hair on Ywigs. So I don't like to mumble on too much in the beginning of the video, but today's video is really going to focus on parting. I realize that in majority of my videos, I'll touch on the parting a little bit, but today we're going to do a deep dive on parting. So if you are interested in seeing how I part my hair for my medium braids and things like that, make sure that you stay tuned. I'm going to have some chapters down below that you can skip ahead to for your own convenience, if you want to do that. If not, just buckle in, girl. We're going to get to it. So let's go ahead and get into the products and everything that you're going to need for today's style. So because we did use a majority human hair, we need less products, I'll say. So I do recommend that you use 3 bundles of human hair. No matter what color mix or whatever you want to do, you are going to need 3 bundles. For the braiding hair, I will recommend that you get some braiding hair. Now if you do want a more ashy look all over, you can braid in ashy braiding hair as well. They do have the pre-mix in most stores, so that is an option for you. But I did not do that. I just used about half of a bundle of braiding hair. Each braiding pack normally has like 3 bundles, so I used half of one. So you are going to need that. You are going to need some braiding gel. I use the Shine and J Magic Fingers. I also use my 3-way mirror, you guys, Soti, and then a braiding rack. You are going to need a braiding rack. If you want to speed up this process, you are going to need a braiding rack. All of these things are going to be listed in the description for you as well. Make sure that you click the link. And that's pretty much all you're going to need for this. Clips, a comb, and patience. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video now. Do not forget to subscribe, girl. And yeah. So first things first, the easiest part you want to do is just go ahead and part your hair like directly down the middle. Find your center. My hair is always parted in the middle part, so it's actually not hard for me to find. So you're just going to part directly down the middle of your head. I like to go in with a hair tie, and then just make sure that is separated from the other side. You want to make sure that you're able to like do this one tight. You don't want it to be loose because you don't want any stray ways to go over to the other side. And I'm going to show you what the back looks like. Just like that. As you see, it's like really straight. I don't even have to look. Well, maybe I should look. So now that we've done that, now we're just going to go ahead and take the rat tail comb, and as you see, this is, use your ear as like a way to see where you need to part next. So, and that's going to separate from the top and then the bottom. So in a lot of my videos, I always say above the ear and below the ear. That's kind of like that's like my equator, basically, if that makes sense. So we're going to go from the top of the ear, not like down, but like you want to go from the top of the ear over. See that? And then just take your comb to comb everything else up and get it out the way. and I'm just going to clip that up and out of the way. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to look in this mirror here, and I'm going to use this mirror to be able to see if the part is straight. And I don't like to go in with gel while I'm doing the rough draft of the parts. I like to do that as I am actually braiding. So because we are doing medium, I'm gonna have a map pop up right here. Because we are doing medium, we're gonna have 2 rows below the ear, and then we're gonna have 5 rows above the ear. It's medium, you'll have 6 rows. Small, you'll have anywhere between 7 and 8, so on and so forth. So yeah. So that is pretty straight now. And now we're just going to take this whole section right here and just split it directly in half. So you can kind of go to like the middle of your ear and part right across. And I do want to say the only reason that I part right down the middle and then I do one side first is because unless you have a large mirror behind you, then you won't be able to see the back of your head, but you can see to the middle part. So with this mirror, I can see from here to the middle. And then when I get to the other side, all I have to do is just mimic the other side. So easy. So now we are parted directly in the middle and our part is straight. We're going to take another crocodile clip and then clip that up. And then we're just going to go ahead and braid this down. I do have like a kind of a wonky hairline. You see I have that dip right there. So I have to be mindful of all these things. Be mindful of your hairline. Don't try to imitate anybody else's, girl, because you're gonna go crazy. So I like to go from this. You see we're right below the dip. So I go right below the dip and then I take it all the way around, and I'm gonna show you. Now once we start parting above the ear, I like to braid each section across just so we can make sure each row is even before we start moving forward. Not only does doing this give you like a clear view of all the rows to make sure that they're even, but it's easier for you to like plan your braids as well. You can knock them out hour by hour, and it makes it a whole lot easier to get through. Not me not talking the whole time. So I went ahead and parted this side of the head, the right side. As you see, the parts are all pretty cohesive. I went ahead and just like pinned it up so that it can be out of the way. No strategic way I did that. It's so much easier to just go ahead and get it out of the way in the beginning, because worst thing that can happen is you do a whole row of braids and then you find out that it's crooked or it's uneven or whatever. At least with this way, you can actually like plan. You can kind of map things out a whole lot easier. This is what we have so far, and I don't know if I mentioned yet, but we are going to be doing medium braids. This is what the rack looks like. Girl, I'm so excited about this blonde. I saw Riri had something close to this, and I was like, yep, that's the one. That's the one. So yeah, this is what it looks like. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I know the goal of this video was to show you parting, but who would I be if I didn't show you how to do a few braids? So we're starting off at the root. We do want the roots to be black, and my hair is a natural brown.
but it's okay because we're just going to feed the blonde pieces out, and if you do a lot of them, then it'll kind of just come together and give you like a dirty blonde look. So I started at the root by feeding in one of the ash blonde pieces. I'm going to go down just a little bit. As you see, there's a lot of hair in the actual braid. That's going to give it that marble look. And then I'm just going to go ahead and feed in a piece of the brown hair. Now you can do this alternating, or you can just line it up on your rack that way, and it'll, you just pull it naturally that way as you go along. So now I'm going to go ahead and flip the braid. This is just making it a whole lot easier for me to grip and braid a little faster. Now as you see, I'm feeding the hair into the back side of the braid. Same process, just gonna feed it in and then braid down a few and then feed in more as I go. So this is probably one of my most asked questions. How many pieces of hair do I feed in? I honestly just go off vibes. So you can feed in 5, 10, however many that you want. Since I do want it to be pretty full, I'm going to add in about 10 pieces per braid. And you'll see me doing that as I go down. So now we're at the part of the braid where I'm feeding in the braiding hair, and I did really small pieces, and that's just because it's easier to knot the end of the braid with braiding hair rather than it is to do it with human hair. And I don't like dipping my natural hair in hot water, so I find that it's just easy to do that. So once I add in the braiding hair, you see I'm going to add in another piece of the human hair, one last piece, and then it'll be easy to knot it off. And let me tell you, that knot is not going to come loose for nothing in the world.
Alright girl, we are done. We are back with the final look. I think it looks so, when you brush it out, it just, like to see is what this is gonna look like curly. I think I'm gonna put some flexi rods or something in it. I'm not sure, but I don't know, we might have to do like a get ready with me or something like that to see how we can really dress this up. This gives like Crazy in Love Beyonce, even though we were going for Riri, because we were going for Riri. Did I say that? I have to show y'all the inspo for what we were going for. Look at her, isn't she so beautiful? This was what we were actually going for. If you see, it's kind of like the same kind of color that we were going for, and I love it. I think it just looks so like, I feel like I'm in Crazy. Is it Drunk in Love or Crazy in Love? I don't know, either which one. I just love it so much. The parts are super crisp, but yeah, I really actually love it. I'm glad that we tried it out. I hope that this video was really helpful. If you are looking to try out like an ash blonde color or anything like that, make sure that you check out Ywigs. On their site they have a ton of different colors, styles, textures, all of the above for you to try out. Again, make sure that you use my code to save some money. I do want to say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video, girl. Bye.